It's time for another supernaturally occult episode of the Hardcast. I'm your host, Chris, and today I'm joined by Steven.
The man whose night is so Zeno.
Tonight's review/discussion is about the latest entry in the tried and true Wolfenstein series, co-developed by Raven Software, id Software, Andrat Studios, and published by Activision. A direct sequel to Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Wolfenstein uses the id Tech 4 engine and once again stars B.J. Blazkowicz, battling his way through German Nazi territory, and almost single-handedly taking out Hitler's evil occult forces. So, Steven, did Wolfenstein teach you the dark ways of the Veil, or was your Blazkowicz cheated out of a BJ?
Blazkowicz was that's a good one, man. First thing I want to mention, like, as true as can be, this is for the fans. Absolutely for the fans. If you were coming into this thinking it was some kind of Halo or Gears of War, you'll be very upset. But if it's for the fans, like you've played the original Wolfenstein, you played the original computer game, you get into this, you see your game come to life, good graphics, good story, good gun action, it's everything overall. Like for the fans, this game was ridiculously great. It just came out, clean across. The presentation was very good. Voiceover was very good. Everyone's trying to kill Blazkowicz. Everyone's, the American is here. And like a very, very, very original voiceover. I did enjoy that a lot. It's not every day I walk around here Germans and Russians, but still, I really, really enjoyed this game. What did you take on it, Chris?
Being a big fan of Wolfenstein, I've owned pretty much every Wolfenstein. I had Wolfenstein 3D, I had Spear of Destiny, I Returned to Castle Wolfenstein. I've played them all. This one is more of a direct sequel to Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which is great because that's probably one of my favorite in the series. The only area that this one lets me down is the multiplayer, but we'll get into that later. The main thing is the story is, like you said, it's for the fans. There's a lot of nods and tips of the hat, stuff that only happened in the previous games. And there's characters from the previous games, like events and things like that. So it's cool for that because I am a fan, and I think that doing it for the fans is better than trying to appeal to a broader audience, because in the end you might not get that broader audience and you'll just piss off the fans. So I think it's cool that they did that. Unfortunately, this type of gameplay, and a little bit too old school nowadays. It's a fun game. It's pretty much just a straight up shooter. There's not a whole lot there that you haven't seen before. Yes, they added the Veil power thing with the medallion and stuff like that, and it's cool, but again, it's just sort of variations on things you've seen, slow motion and shit like that.
The time powers, you've seen that a lot in
right, shield, it's been done before, and it's cool and all. I think if they could have integrated it a little bit better into the game, there are moments when you need it, but I think there are a lot less moments that you need it than there should have been. Because there are a lot of times,
I agree.
Because there are a lot of times you're running, and I forgot that I had the powers, and I was just playing it like a regular shooter.
Exactly. That happened a lot, man. A lot. You just extra difficult. Take cover, let yourself heal, pop out, throw a grenade or two, shoot. Or I was playing it like it was Gears of War, and I look at my D-pad, I'm like, fuck, I could have saved myself a whole lot of trouble if I just activated my powers. Like, damn, I could have just raped those guys with my empower, just power.
It's good and bad, because in a way, the fact that they leave it so open that you don't have to use specific powers all the time. They leave it open so that you can kind of customize your play style. It even tells you, like, every time you beat a mission, what power did you use the most? What gun did you use the most? So then you kind of get an idea, oh yeah, I'm relying heavily on this. Maybe I should try some of the other powers next level just to add a little variety, a little spice. That's kind of cool, I guess, but at the same time, I wish they had maybe made the levels, designed them in such a way that you could have used the powers a little bit more. There were some hidden areas you could get to, but you had to use the Veil sight,
right.
But there weren't that many of them. The thing is, like, Wolfenstein is all about hidden areas, secret passages, and shit like that. There were some of them in there, so I can't say there wasn't anything, but I wish there had been more. It would have made it a little bit more fulfilling, I think, as a Wolfenstein experience.
Right. Another aspect of the game that I love to death. Yes, it's a beaten horse, but I love to death.
Hey, no animal cruelty.
No animal cruelty. It's a direct, I can't say rip, I can't say spin-off from Call of Duty, like the guns. Oh my god, the guns are so authentic, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
You have your old-fashioned guns and you have this futuristic sci-fi guns. There's the MP40, you've got the MP43, which wasn't in Call of Duty. You've got the Car 88, you've got, oh my god, you see all those original guns. I was like,
yeah, and they feel good. The gunplay feels good.
Yeah, it does. Like the first gun you get, you pick it up. It's the MP40. I was like, any Call of Duty guy would pick that. I'm like, oh my god, I'm holding the MP. This is like a mid-level gun, and you get it in the very beginning. And like one of the things you see him like every picture and cutscene, you see him always holding that MP40. It's his favorite gun. That's the MP40. You
Yeah,
don't
but
understand.
the MP40 is an iconic gun from World War II, though. I mean, that gun
Yeah,
is in every single World War II game.
every
It was in
single.
previous Wolfenstein games as well. You could almost say that Call of Duty took it from Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I can give you that. Yeah.
You'd be kind of stupid to make a World War II game and not have that gun in there. I mean, and that's a good thing and a bad thing, because I'm going to put it this way. There are a shitload of World War II games, and I am World War II out.
Right.
I am really tired of these guns. They're fine in this game. They feel good. They're satisfying. There's that heft to them. There's that recoil, and you enjoy popping that guy's head off. But at the same time, yeah, I think I want to try some new guns now.
Yeah, give us something new to fire.
And they do give you some pretty cool sci-fi guns in the game. I wish there had been a little bit more variety, because they all feel like really big and overpowered and just kind of similar in a way. They just all kind of shoot either it's electrical beams or it's particle beams or it's like giant like Leichenfaust like shots or something. I mean, it's just I mean, they're cool definitely when you get them in the beginning, and they're fun to just like evaporate Nazis and shit.
Kill people.
But at the same time, it's like I wish there had been a little bit more variety, like different types of weapons that were like sort of occult type weapons.
You get this little weapon dial. On the left side are your original guns. In the middle, you've got two futuristic guns, and then on the right side, you've got like semi in the middle, where you get your rocket launcher, the Panzerschreck.
Yeah, I hardly used it, but I
never ever used it.
It was too like clunky and shit.
Yeah, and you have to worry about the ammo thing. Like that goes for every other gun besides the MP43, the car, and the MP40. They don't give you ammo for those guns. I'm always afraid to use them, because if I use them, I'll run out and I'll be like,
"What's true?
Damn, I can't use them."
I was always saving my ammo for those guns for the boss battles.
Yeah, I'm like, I shouldn't use those guns. When you kill someone, they drop MP40. You use your MP40. You kill someone, they drop the MP43. You use your MP43. You always get car. The car is your sniper.
And one thing I did like about the game, which was new to the series, was the whole leveling up your guns and upgrading them and using the gold you find and the money you get from completing missions to pick which things you want to upgrade. You can upgrade your powers, your Veil powers. You can upgrade your sci-fi weapons with new crystals and stuff and things like that. And you can upgrade your weapons and add scopes and more ammo boxes and less recoil and more damage. And it was cool.
Recharge time, reload time.
Again, it's customizing your weapons for the way you want to play it. And they even tell you, you can find every piece of gold in the game everywhere, and you will not be able to upgrade everything. They did that on purpose because they want you to pick and choose. All right, this is your favorite gun, upgrade the hell out of it and forget the other shit.
Yep.
And if this is your favorite power, upgrade the hell out of it and forget the other shit. I mean, it's all about how you want to play. And I think they were also trying to encourage you to go and play through it again. It's like, maybe, okay, you upgraded this shit this time. Maybe next time you upgrade a different gun and play with that one.
That also played out one of the loading screens. We'll talk about the loading issues later, but one of the loading screens would tell you, like, choose wisely. You can upgrade your guns or powers, and you even have a feature where you can sell your powers back. Let's say you bought something and you see it's completely useless.
Yeah, like if you upgraded the Panzerschreck, which would be a dumb move, but
which I upgraded.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
I upgraded that gun a little bit, just to take off the air shield or whatever to make it lighter, and you'd have the option to sell it back at half price. Of course, they punish you for it, but you can sell it back. Like, this upgrade is useless. Give me my money back. I want something else.
But let me mention one thing that I think is a little bit of a problem, at least coming, at your first time playthrough, is like some of the stuff is kind of expensive to upgrade later on in the game.
Ridiculous.
And I was trying to save my money for a while, because I wanted to upgrade a bunch of shit for the last levels, and I ended up waiting too long, and I got to the point where I couldn't get anything after that. And I had all this money, and my guns were not upgraded. Playing the game, and I was like, shit.
Yep.
And there should have been some point where they're like, okay, at this point you will not be able to go back to the city. You will not be able to upgrade. If you want to upgrade, maybe one last guy, one little black market guy or something along the way.
I don't know if you missed him. He was there on the Zeppelin. He was there.
I probably missed him then.
Yeah, you get off that elevator. It says saving, and then you get to the top, and he's like right there. You talk to him, and he's like, it says right on there, warning, this is your last chance to buy.
Oh, I missed him then. I must have missed him.
You must have walked right past him. He was there.
I was sick of all this German.